Hello and good day, Mike Adcock with an update on Tropical Storm Kong-Rey. This is with the 12 Zulu JMA advisory package from the 26th of August. Center of Tropical Storm Kong-Rey is about 190 kilometers east of Palanan, Philippines. This is going to be in Isabela Province. Winds are 35 knots, gusting to 50, and it is moving to the northwest at 12 knots. Pressure down to 998 hectopascal. And take a look at the satellite imagery here. You can see quite a bit of convection associated with it, especially on the southwestern side of the storm. That's going to be affecting portions of northern Luzon over the next several hours, actually a couple of day or so. And because of that, Pagasa has issued Signal 1 for a few provinces. Of course, this is as of 5 p.m. Philippines time, so continue to monitor forecasts and warnings from Pagasa as that continues to change. Those signals get lowered or potentially raised over the next several hours. Here's a graphic of those public storm warning signals. Here in yellow is public storm warning signal 1. Again, from 5 p.m. Pacific Philippine time. Here is your 6 Zulu JMA surface analysis, kind of giving us an idea of what's going on. First off, want to point up a couple of features here. 92W, this is a developing system that we're going to be monitoring here west of the Philippines. We've been tracking a PEVA the past several days as a tropical depression now here well out in the middle of the Pacific. So those are a couple of features. Just do want to point out, of course, here's the main feature that we're talking about tonight, and this is Tropical Storm Kong-Rey. The big player that we're going to be watching, though, is this area of high pressure, an extension from the subtropical ridge as it continues to build westward. What's that going to do is give Kong-Rey a more of a northwesterly movement, approach Taiwan, and then by that point we should be rounding the western periphery of that high. So we'll be shifting more northeasterly, being attracted to this broad area of low pressure that's over Japan, especially this quasi-stationary boundary that's draped over southern Japan. Alright, so here's the 12 Zulu KMA or JMA forecast. It does have continued strengthening, more of a northwesterly, shifting more northerly as we approach Taiwan. You do see this large red circle here for our storm warning area. That does include all of Taiwan, as well as Yaeyama and Miyako Islands in far southwestern Okinawa Prefecture. And the track's pretty much right in this circle here that's pointed out. Do want to point out Kong-Rey is a Cambodian name. It's from the Khmer legend. It's about a pretty girl. So yeah, there you go. Here is it is. Pagasa is naming this Nando. They're locally in the Philippines. Pretty similar forecast, a little bit more westerly, so it does clip Taiwan. This is probably one of the most westerly outliers in the track forecast. Actually, Taiwan has it a little further out to sea. Either way, it does look like Taiwan will get into quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms as you head into the evening of the 29th and early morning hours of the 30th. And then looking a little bit further down the road, the first couple days of September, this will be a factor there in the southern main islands of Japan. Hong Kong, pretty similar forecast to Taiwan as well, kind of putting it through the goalpost there between Taiwan and the Yaeyama Islands. KMA is pretty similar with Pagasa, going a little bit more westerly, clipping the northeastern portion of Taiwan. And then JTWC's forecast actually just got the text version of the 15Z here, but at 9 Zulu, again, pretty much what we've been saying, northwesterly, shifting more northeasterly as we get toward Taiwan. Taiwan's going to be the strongest point there, or as it gets closest to Taiwan. That's again going to be in the evening hours of the 29th. Should see tropical storm force winds at least along the coast there in Taiwan. JMA went for a max gust there, or max winds 60 knots, gusting to 85. Looking at the latest 15 Zulu advisory package that just came out from JTWC here shortly after 13 Zulu, they actually bring it to typhoon force right at about the evening hours of the 29th local time. So we'll continue to monitor this as it does pass through this region of the Western Pacific. Taking a look at some model data. This has some problems pulling this information up, so pardon the timeliness here, but this is 0Z data. This one actually shows a little more further east with the NavGem and the GFS. We're going to continue to monitor this, see if it shifts it more westerly or if it keeps it there. They're in the far southwestern portion of Okinawa Prefecture. Bottom line with it, we got to see how it handles now that it has developed tropical cyclone. As you see here with the 91 tag here, this is when it was still in this formative stage. So a little suspect, of course, and we're going to continue to monitor that. Dvorak analyses, interesting here. JMA actually on the stronger side here. Dvorak was up to, or the data T rather, was 2.5. They've opted to go with the pattern with a 2.0, a little more on the conservative side. That actually matches up pretty well with NESDIS, 2.0 for its data T and pattern as well as its final T. And what they're seeing there, pretty elongated low-level circulation, called up about 3.5 tenths banding on the convective log 10. So that got us our data T of 2.0. And of course, most of that convection is going to be on the southern side of the storm. As for JTWC, a little more pessimistic. Data T of 1.5 there, and that's just with a straight 3/10 spiral. The model expected and pattern both went with 1 there, so that's what they went for their final T. So they are the outlier. The advanced Dvorak technique 2.4 for its reading. So it is right now just becoming a tropical storm. Matter of fact, this JTWC one, this is a little old, I'll admit, from 9 Zulu. The 12 Zulu advisory package from JTWC does upgrade Kong-Rey to a tropical storm of 35 knots. Sea surface temperatures, this is actually from the 24th of August, pardon the timestamp there, but bottom line there, temperatures is going to be right around the 30-degree mark. All along the track forecast, actually some of the warmest waters, pretty much where Kong-Rey is going to go, and that's going to continue all the way up through Japan. Upper level winds, really not much to talk about here. Pretty fair conditions, some high pressure as you get toward Taiwan. So may see a little bit of shear. Do see some near 300 millibar wind speeds of about 35 to 40 knots. So that may possibly be a factor. And then as it gets up toward that stationary boundary, some strong westerly winds. You're starting to see some 50, 60 knot barbs there. So it is going to quickly erode as it approaches mainland Japan. For your low-level winds here, again, kind of showing that flow, again, along the western periphery of the subtropical ridge. Shear analysis, not a whole lot in the near term. As you approach Taiwan, currently there is a little bit of shear approaching 30 knots or so. We'll see if that subsides a bit. That is the expectation right now. But as it approaches the stationary boundary there in southern Japan, that should be quickly ate up with the strong shear. Again, looking at 60 knots or so. So that just want to take a quick peek at what's going on around the tropics. Did mention 92W there west of the Philippines, 15 knots. It's about 750 kilometers west of Manila. We're going to continue to monitor that. That's starting to show some circulation there on the OSCAT microwave imagery. Again, Kong-Rey, we've been talking about 190 kilometers east of Palanan, gusting up to 50 there, 998 hectopascal. Peva still going strong. As of this morning, 1,450 kilometers north of Wake Island, just way out there, lost in the middle. And it continues to move up to the north at 10 knots. National Hurricane Center is tracking Invest 95E as it's hugging the coast there of of Mexico. Right now, calling a 50% chance of development in the near term, so we'll continue to monitor that one. That may be our next tropical cyclone. And then Fernand there along the coast of Mexico. This is about 150 kilometers northwest of Veracruz. 40 knots, gusting up to 50. Some slight strengthening, but should see that continue to weaken as it moves inland over the next couple hours, or over the next several hours. Do have tropical storm warnings out for portions of Mexico. Of course, talking about Kong-Rey, you can continue to get more information on this as well as other analysis across the Western Pacific at westernpacificweather.com. You can also follow along on Twitter and Facebook. And you can also join in on the global tropical discussion over at storm2k.org. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Senior Pepper. I do post from time to time between video updates. Again, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Take care and stay safe.